folks, welcome to part 2 of our recorded show.
Part 2.
That means we already did one. Part 2 is amazing. This is amazing. Right, Kev.
We're going to be talking about Rana Fast in this part of the show, but before we get on to that,
Okay.
I seen something the other day online, okay, and I thought, Jesus Christ, that is weird.
Porn?
Pickle,
No, porn.
I want to ask, what's that? No, sorry.
What? What's what? I didn't even see that.
So if you've got something pierced in your ear, what is it called?
An earring.
Okay, and if you got, like my nipple, what's that?
A nipple ring.
What's
Why-
the belly?
I don't- I'm
And what's the
confused.
belly button one?
Belly button ring.
But what's that?
Fingering.
It's a fingering. Okay, it's a ring, but we don't call it a ring. We call it a No, we don't call it a fingering. We call it a ring. But why do we call it a ring and not a fingering? But like, you imagine, right? And it never happened, Pickle. But Albert goes out to our mates, right? And
Yeah.
she goes, well, girls, what's the story? What's the story? Yeah, Pickle gave me a fantastic fingering last night. I mean, like, it doesn't happen. Like, that would never happen, right?
That would never
Because
happen, Kev.
you wouldn't give her a good fingering. Like, you'd give her a good ring.
So you're saying like that, like when a girl goes home when she gets proposed to,
Yeah.
that she could walk in and go, Mom, Dad, look what he gave me. He gave me a fingering.
Yeah, look at Paul give me a fingering.
Wow.
Look at my lovely fingering. I mean, like it could be even in the church. Please take this fingering as a sign of my love. You mean like, please?
Wow.
I can imagine the church, the priest going, oh, and the priest there, like going, I was going to do something else. But
Yeah.
Please take this fingering as a sign of my love. Like, imagine how you're giving it 2 fingers
In a church.
in a church. Like, just
Wow.
it can't happen.
You've been keeping that all week, have you?
I've been looking at that. Also, I've got a wee joke for you.
Oh, here we go.
A wee
What's the joke? Right,
A
go.
wee joke. What types of bees make milk?
I haven't got a fucking clue.
Boobies.
Oh my god. Wow. What? Just
No.
check. Right. Okay.
Now, Dr. Cock,
Yes.
on last week's episode,
Yeah.
and he was talking
Part
about
one, yeah.
talking about tampons and
Period
pods.
Yeah.
Dr. Cock said, but there should be a prize, I think, in a tampon box. Do you all agree?
No.
Like a box, like a like a tub of Ben and Jerry's.
That'd be a big fucking tampon box.
No, but like a piece of paper.
Like a voucher or something
A
for
voucher,
us.
yeah.
Right.
Here's half-priced Ben and Jerry's. a tub of Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it would be an awful more sense to be windy as fucking angry because all it is take like the light on. Everything's your fault, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It becomes all about why are you doing this to me? Because you fucking asked me to.
Yeah.
Okay, and also one last one. Deaf people, like poor deaf people, have an awful.
Careful. Easy now.
An awful,
Easy now.
An awful thing you get. But when you yawn, right, at
Yeah.
a deaf person, do they think you're screaming at you? Like, do they think you're screaming? Do they think you're screaming? Like, imagine, like, or blind people, like, they don't see a dirty look. So you could be just talking
He's
about.
on a roll. He's
you,
on a
you
fucking
could be
roll, right?
talking like, say, yeah, fucking dickhead. But like, or they think that's, are they a dickhead, or is it not a dickhead, or is it? So they don't get it. But the deaf one is definitely. They think when you yawn,
Right. Okay.
they think we're screaming. Oh.
If question, right? If
You're deaf and you're listening to this show.
yeah, if
Deaf people can't listen to podcasts.
that's true, actually. Yeah. Well, no, you can. No.
You can't see subtitles, but you could do subtitles in this. Maybe if you do, what was it? Teletext 888.
Subtitles.
Yeah.
Teletext.
Teletext.
CFAX. 144. Bamboozled. Do you remember that game?
What was-
There
oh,
was a
Channel
game.
4.
You used to remember this. There was a game on Teletext.
On Channel 4.
On Channel 4. You went in like 144, I think it was, and it was bamboozled. It was like 15 questions.
And you can go back and you've got the
Yeah,
wrong.
and you picked like yellow, green, blue, or red, or something like that on the remote.
What was BBC 302 was the football. 302 was football.
302?
It was on BBC. I don't know what it was on Airtel. Was it 141? Football. I think it was 141.
He's about older than me. He's 10 years older than me here.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
What are we going to talk about?
We'd rather go talk about the show because otherwise I'm going to get sued a bit from the
Yeah.
the Deaf People Society or Hidden Hearing. You can't Hidden Hearing. He's from the town. The advert was on television. Hidden Hearing.
Harry Lee. Yes. Harry Lee.
Harry Lee. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was until I
Right,
seen.
Kev.
Right. On to the top of the show.
Which is Ranafast.
Ranafast. Pick up. You weren't in Ranafast.
I was not, guys. I was not in Ranafast, which means I might just go over there for a while and let Kev talk.
Well, you can ask me questions about Ranafast, but Ranafast was a fantastic place. You got a bus We got the bus from, not Cox's Domain, Ardesmond.
Yeah.
You can't call it Cox's, but
Okay.
it's Ardesmond.
Okay.
And it's in the church. And up the road to Ranafarister, okay, up beside Guido. Okay, fantastic little spot. Middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Right, you were literally driving through well, you were driving through the
Well, I saw a
countryside.
picture of Ranafast on Google, you're like, so when I look it up, didn't know anything about the place. It just looked like a field. There was like 4 houses,
Well,
loads of
You
mounds.
have the school and you've got a little shop. And then you've got all the houses around it.
Well,
There
what
would
do
be-
you do all day in it?
So, let me explain.
Oh, well, sorry, I
So-
don't know these things.
Apart from talking shite to each other, okay,
Well, I'll tell you what, first of all, how long does Ranafast last?
3 weeks.
Right, I have a story for you. We got this sent in by one of the lads, right? It lasts 3 weeks,
Yeah.
not for everybody.
Not for everyone, no, definitely
Right.
not for everyone.
One of the boys, and I'm going to say his name, Brian. He knows who it is, okay? He sent in a story to us, all right? They arrived on the Tuesday. It was one of the lads' names. One of the lads he was with Bertha on the Friday, right?
Hennessy.
Yes. He bought a flag and a vodka with his fake ID, right?
In Letterkenny before we got up there.
Brought it with him, okay? His Bertha was the Friday. The boy started sipping out of it. Hennessy, stoned, couldn't move at all. Brian took a wee bit of the flagon as well, but because Hennessy got caught, they all got caught. They all got smelled, he told me.
Oh, yeah, you got smelled.
Is that a real thing? I thought he was joking when he said this.
Yeah, you got smelled.
So a teacher come up to you and smelled you.
No, I'll explain when I get into I'll
okay.
explain that part.
So,
What happened.
smelled anyway. Next day, the Friday, or the Saturday probably, home. That's, Brian, thanks for that.
Well, we got you get into the school, right? You get into the school, you're given your teacher, okay? And we got Miss McHenry, a teacher you wanted to.
Your teacher?
Yeah,
No
we
way.
ended up getting her. God help us. She realised you got us, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh my God, I had the boys." Okay, so we got Miss McHenry, and then you were given your house. Okay, so everyone given your house. You were Chuck, Myra, Broody, and blah blah.
How many was in a house?
Chuck, it could be 15, it could be 20.
Jeez,
Our
Peter.
house, I think, was 22.
Hey, right.
No, it was all. See, it wasn't. You couldn't mix. It was all boys. It was all girls. You couldn't mix.
off.
Okay.
Seriously?
So we got our house. Myra Friday Hoodie. It was our house. Chuck Myra Friday Hoodie.
That was the name of the house?
That was the name of our house. And now you got a map of where you had to go. Right. And the map showed you all the houses. And we were like, where is Myra Friday Hoodie? Where the fuck is Myra Friday Hoodie? And we asked one of the helpers, where's Chuck Myra Friday? And she goes, oh God help you, lads.
Oh, no.
I'm like, what's wrong with you? He goes, see the map, right? And you're like, yeah, look at the map. Your house is there. So the map is here.
Oh,
and
no.
So our house wasn't even on the map.
So did you walk everywhere?
So we had to walk
Right.
to our house. So we had bags and we had to walk to the house. So we passed the last house where some of the boys were staying, where Richard and where Hennessy
Yeah.
and they were staying there with Owen and a few of the boys
Right,
there.
right.
And we went on to our house and we had to keep walking. And then we ended up nearly in fucking Guido, right?
Jesus Christ.
Now, Guido is a town, right?
Oh, I know that much. I'm not
And
that fucking
Ranafast
bad,
is a village. So this is, let's say, Carlingford to meet.
Right, okay.
Walking,
Right.
right? So we get to Myra Friday Hoodie. And this big house stands out Myra Friday Hoodie, right? It doesn't have a name on
Is
it.
this the name of the house or the name of the person who
No,
runs
this is
the house?
Well, Myra
Yeah.
Friday was probably the name of the person.
Right, and Hooley was just...
Hoodie,
Right.
maybe she was Hoodie. Okay,
Right.
that's what I remember. Her as.
Okay.
Okay, so then we got a room. Okay, and the smell in the fucking house was horrendous, right? Into a room, there was 6 of us in the room. There was me, and Ian, Dots, Morris.
DC?
It could have been DC.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were all in the room, and we were like, this is horrendous, lads. How are we going to get to school in the mornings and school back? Because you had to go to school.
What?
Yeah, you learned Irish.
I'm learning a lot here about this.
You
So,
learned Irish.
for 3 weeks,
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
speak a sentence in Irish.
Tell us a taught to.
A fucking real sentence, say.
Tommy Gamai.
Ciarcalo.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone go.
Okay, so this is where we went. Thought it was great crack. Second night, okay, there was a Cayley. Okay.
Is this the Cayley Moore?
No, the Cayley Moore's
Right,
last.
sorry, okay, right,
Cayley
right,
Moore's
okay.
more or less in the last
Okay.
day. This was a Cayley, the start of Cayley, okay? So we had bought, in Letterkenny before we got up, we bought a pile of drink, okay?
Yeah.
And we brought it to our house, because our house is furthest away, so we knew, and it was kind of in a bog, right? So in we went, started drinking the second night. Happy days. And there was the phone rang.
Yeah.
Lads, Dahi is in an awful state here. David is a mess, okay? We're like, right, what the fuck is wrong with Dahi? Okay, so up and we walked to the next house and there's Dahi,
Yeah.
okay? Mangled. mangled, right? So we said that we leave
Yeah.
the house
Right.
and head for the school.
Right. But I tell you what, I have a quick question for you.
Where did you get the booze? You're in the arsehole of nowhere.
So on the way up, you stopped in Letterkenny.
Alright, so you bought booze for the...
For the duration of the 3 weeks.
What'd you get, like 7 red slabs?
No, we got vodka and shot. Like you couldn't carry. You couldn't be caught with the drink. It wasn't like fucking school.
right.
So it was shot. It was
Wasn't
vodka.
like
It was vodka. So we got to David, and he was in the office state. It was horrendous. Right, so we started walking with him, and we got to the there was a football field in the middle of the fucking.
Of course it was.
So David decided he was going to run in the field. And he went into Sylvester Stallone mode in Rambo, right? And started crawling across a field. But it wasn't just a field, it was a field of fucking nettles. So the area was Rambo style.
Oh, sweet
It
Jesus
was
Christ.
through the nettles, right? And we got him out of the field. In the end, we got him out of the field. Now, he was destroying nettle stings,
Yeah.
right? Kept going up to the school and got to the lake. We saw the splash of water.
This is
in his
DC,
face.
yeah?
No, this is
David, which David is this now?
DF.
Right, okay.
Saw the splash of water in his face from the lake.
Yeah.
And then he tried to jump into the lake.
Please, you mad bastard.
Just in an office.
Jesus Christ.
So again, we got him. We thought we had him sober enough.
Yeah.
We got him into the school, right? Into the school, and walking up. And he goes, if we get him into the Cayley, he can just sit down and do nothing for the Cayley, okay?
No way you're doing that. No way
in
you're
we
doing that.
walked, and we always the principal, right? This beardy fella from Dundalk, I can't remember his name,
Yeah.
starts walking towards us, and David, like an oak tree in the wind, right? Just literally.
Oh, how graphic.
Just literally keel over and hit the ground right in front of him. Like literally collapsed, drunken mess in front of him, right? The state,
Okay.
passed out, right? This one has to go home. So as Brian said, we were brought in to do the smell
The
test.
smell test.
So we had to say like the ass is her name in Irish in this special room, right? In the
Keeveen O'Carolan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you were called.
Mine apparently was Kieran McFickard. Turns out Pickering is not an Irish because it's what kind of a name?
Protestant name.
Protestant name.
So like, you know what I mean? So anyway, had to do this, and we all passed, right? So we passed. So that was fair enough. That was the second night.
Maybe I was he almost slapped me in the face.
So David was sent home,
Yeah.
right, in the car with the teachers, and then the teachers had to bring him from Ranafast
To the hack.
to Letterkenny.
Oh, right,
And he
okay.
had to pick up. But one of those with him, and David thought he had a knife in his pocket. I'm going to fucking kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him. But he didn't. Okay, that was the second night. So we
That was
knew-
the second night.
That was the second
Wow,
day.
okay,
So he was
right.
going home for the third day.
Right.
Okay, so then that was the main shenanigans, and we went to look for a drink after that, and a drink was gone. A drink had either sank in the bog, or someone found it and put it in the bin. But after 3 weeks, it kind of gets a bit monotonous of what you're actually doing. So we used to sing.
Fuck all.
So we used to, when we got back to the room,
Yeah.
we used to sing.
In Irish.
No, we used to sing Celine Dion. Okay, so we put out Celine Dion on the CD, and we'd lie in bed with each other, right, with a book, okay, of the Celine Dion song, okay, and read out the lyrics. So that's what we used to do, sing Celine Dion.
I just have.
6 lads in a room singing
Yeah.
Celine Dion.
I just want to question how you worded that. You lay in the bed together.
See, Mo was in the room. Mo and Woodsy might lay together in the room, and they'd pass it then to the next 2 people laying in the bed, and they'd be singing songs to each other. It was lovely. It was lovely.
And I don't mean to quote Chandler from Friends, but so many jokes.
But our Bananty was her name. So Bananty was the Bananty was the leader of the house. She
I thought
owned
you meant there was a ban on tea.
no the Bananty.
Ban and tea.
Yeah, B-E-N, like a bean,
Right.
like a finger bean.
Right.
Okay, on tea.
And like Anne, like a girl who's been
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, exactly. So,
And the tea, the drink you
yeah.
give her after.
So but she was a bastard. Right? Our Bananty was a fucker. Like most of them were lovely. They'd feed you well, they'd look after you well, they'd wash your clothes, the whole lot. Everyone starved us. So we were going to get one scoop of spuds
Right, okay.
and a drumstick. That was our dinner. Right? Now we were grown boys, we were all 17 years.
Yeah, so we're 6 years.
So we were either pulling the tool of ourselves or we were eating. That's all we did, right? You didn't do very much more when you were 17.
No, you
So
don't
we
agree
used
with
to,
that.
and some people didn't like the drumsticks, so we'd swap drumsticks for more spuds. So this is what we could do. Now you could get the takeaway, but our house was so fucking far away, we couldn't get the takeaway at night. Okay? So but the house was rotten. Like, there was piss in the kitchen.
Yeah.
There was potties of piss in the kitchen, right? This is
Fucking
what we had.
IRA, fucking,
Oh, no.
fucking prison cell or something.
Yeah,
Like shit, all again job.
and our room was off the kitchen, right? So she locked the kitchen door, so we couldn't get out of the house. If there was a fire, health and safety, didn't look into it. She locked the door so we couldn't get out of the house in case we decided to rob food. So
Detention centre, that place in Germany.
So
I'm
we-
thinking of so many things, right? That sound that sound like where you are
so
right now.
we had to get our own back.
Did you kill him?
No, so the utility room
Did you fuck
was in. No,
I want to get your own back.
give it a fucking day. 6 of us tag teaming on it, roasting on.
That's a different idea for tell.
You know what I mean? So the utility room was beside our room.
Right.
So we were off it. We put iron brew into the washing machine. So we just fucked up the washing machine. But she wouldn't wash her clothes.
Wow.
So we said, we'll fuck our clothes, fuck our washing machine.
Yeah.
So we fucked the washing machine up by putting iron brew on it. And then we came up with a great idea. Because your house was so far away.
Okay.
Right? To the left, when we looked at the house, you seen this, a taxi car was always around about. So we went down there one day, it was closer. Do you do a taxi? Oh yeah, we're a taxi. So we used to get a taxi to school. Right? So we got a taxi to school for a couple of days.
Right.
Without being noticed,
I think how much was that like?
a couple of euro.
Alright, okay.
Without being noticed. It's great. And then, they got wind of it. Now he can't be taking a taxi because he don't speak Irish to the taxi driver. Your Ballantyre will drive us. Now she this station wagon. 1975 fucking station wagon with the wooden thing around it. You know the wooden back that you can see in the fucking American movies.
I have a very quick question, right? Is this girl possibly in jail?
I would say so. I'd say she killed her own kids. I mean, I'd say that's how far she could have went. Like, no, she was ridiculous. So we get into this station wagon, right?
Yeah.
Now, there was 15 of us in the house, so there was eight to go in this car. Like none of us wouldn't fit in.
Yeah.
So we were all on each other's knees, and there was a baby seat in the car. So somebody would be sitting in the baby seat.
Where's the baby?
Yeah, the baby had the baby
Yeah.
pisses in the fucking kitchen. So like, you had to sit. Someone had to sit on the seat.
Jesus.
Someone had to sit everywhere. So we were sitting everywhere, but the stink in the car. Oh, it was rotten. It was the filthiest place I've ever been. Okay, but let's get to the good part. The only reason you
Yeah.
went to
I
Anna
think I've heard of this.
was the shifting.
Yes.
The shifting.
Yeah.
Right? That's all you went to Ranfast for. Shifting and see how many people you'd shift.
Yeah.
So before you got to Carrymore, okay, you used to be shifting all around the place.
Was that the last night?
Carrymore was last
Right,
night.
okay.
Down there was a wee lane near the lake. Okay.
Yeah.
And there was a wee kind of forest area called Lover's Lane. Okay.
Couldn't
And
make it
into
up.
the little
Couldn't make
forest.
it up.
There were literally you'll be side by side, right? The girl will go against the ditch. Okay, there's a girl against the ditch, right?
Oh, right, okay.
Of the forest, and the lad will be in front. So always going to Lover's Lane and always seeing the back of fellas, right? The back of lads, right? So I'll give you an idea.
Maybe that's really scared right now. Okay. What did you
So
do?
all you see was this. This is the back. So all you see was the back.
Okay.
But like, that's all you seen. So you just found a spot for you to go into. You found an empty place, like an empty car.
So, like, if you're going on a session and you're on a bus and you all get off and go for a piss stop,
Yeah.
and you're all standing beside the motorbike
Exactly,
taking a
that's
piss.
what it looked like. But
Okay.
but all you seen, right? Now I felt sorry for the girls, but all you seen was this, right? Like that's how you fingered someone in Ranfast. Like you didn't see a gentle all you see was like someone shoveling.
As Dr. Cox said earlier, or in part one, about the gentle and tease and
No, it
none
was
of
like
that.
shoveling coal. I mean, just like fucking go on, you quiet. I mean, like starting like an old engine. I mean, that sort of thing. Like.
Oh, wow.
That's how it worked in Ranfast. But you didn't know what you were really doing.
Yeah, true.
Just if you got slightly wet, you were fucking laughing. You know what I mean? You fucking thought you were at these knees. But there was loads of shifting going on.
Right.
But there was one of the lads, we mentioned him earlier on in the show, Ian.
Yes.
He was at one of the girls, Veronica.
Okay.
Or was it somebody else?
There we go. Good maybe that's.
But Veronica, we'd say Veronica.
Okay.
Cleona. He was at Cleona, right?
Right.
So he was at Cleona for maybe a week.
Okay.
And obviously then he got with Veronica. But Cleona and Veronica were best mates. But as he was shifting Veronica in the Lover's Lane, he called up Cleona. And all hell broke loose because he called it the wrong name. But that was great. It was great.
That's great.
That was great. It was great. That group was from Drogheda. And so
Oh, okay.
No.
You haven't. Wait, we're in part two of this.
I shifted it to someone from Drogheda.
You did.
Yeah.
And unless I'm wrong, there's a link to the radio station.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's not like Michael Gerard's daughter or something like that, no? No? Radio Romance? No? I don't know, something like that.
No.
Okay, right, okay.
This one was called, I was with a girl called Kira.
And this was
This is Manifest.
Right, okay.
There was loads of them. There was Rachel, there was Kira, there was Veronica, there was Cleona. There was Ashling, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was always
They were all broad.
They were off and draw. So we all kind of took turns
Yeah.
being friendly with them.
So horrible way of saying it.
But then the Katie Moore came along.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody was kind of. So the Katie Moore was like, shift everybody.
Yeah.
If you possibly can. Okay, so you did. You kind of went around people. Some people said no, some people said yes. That's the way you went. But I came out and I did the closest thing I ever came to a threesome.
Oh, yes.
At the Katie Moore. Okay. 2 munchies, right? The munchies were the boys, the locals.
What?
Were the munchies? Is that what they're called? I think
I
they were called munchies. But they came, they could try to cause a row. Okay, they always came up to try to cause a row.
Right,
The
okay.
girls came up to try to get the shift.
Right.
So
These were probably inbred fellas though. Because they lived like in a field.
oh yeah, these were all inbred. These were all like, this was worse than
Like,
Cooley.
this is my brother.
This was worse than Cooley.
It's like this is my brother or my father or my uncle.
Oh,
or
yeah.
my son. I don't actually
You
know.
wouldn't know. It'd be better. I was going to say something else, but better Cooley. Okay. So,
And he lived there, right? So remember that, right? I'm not saying that.
they bring us in for a reason. They bring runners in for a reason.
Okay.
But yeah, but this one, these 2 young ones, will you shift me friend? I'll shift her. And she was like, will you shift me? I was like, yeah, I'll shift both of you. And then the 3 of us started shifting, and that was close to ever came to threesome. I was delighted. I had many a tug over that. Many a tug over that, of where it could have led to. But yeah, that was my fantastic
Experience.
of Ranafast. Now you got a week. Halfway through, your parents were there to come for a visit.
Why?
Because you had nothing to do and you had nothing to eat, so literally my mother and father, I'll be on the phone to them.
Yeah.
I'm fucking starving.
Yeah.
Fucking starving. So they made stuff that was brought up just so I could eat.
But the woman that was minding you, that sounds like Kathy Bates from Misery, did she not take all the food? Like, she not see it and go,
No, this is in my room. So it was under the bed.
Fuck, Kevin.
She was horrendous. Like,
I'm just happy you saw
and
it.
I've never heard that house being used again. Like, you heard of loads of other houses being used.
Yeah.
But you've never heard of Myra Brady Hoodie.
Never heard of it before today, that's for damn sure. Wow, so you're happy enough then
I'm
Ranfast? Because that
finished.
is as much fucking detail as you can possibly
I
do.
can't go any more into details in Belfast because I can't remember much more. Now I'm sure other lads will have more information. Now maybe my stories aren't exactly accurate, okay, but they're my accurate, they're my truth.
Same then, as we said, part 1, when we weren't sure of stuff, we want people to send us in some information. Anybody that's part of this rant, okay, about Myra
Myra's Riley Hoodie.
he can't even fucking say it, right? Let us know, right? KevinPickershow@gmail.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all at the Kevin Picker Show. I want to hear if half of this stuff that he said is true, because we put a poll up this week about that, and it was like 80, 70 or some percent weren't there, had never gone to Ranafast. I thought this was something that fucking everybody went to Ranafast for a
you
shit
didn't.
fest. I never went. And just leave it at that. I never went.
I mean, I got a scholarship, I didn't even pay.
I got a different type of scholarship.
Okay, well that's Ranafast over, folks.
There you go.
Time now where we plug a lot in our business, Pickle, and this time we are plugging Michael Lynch's memoir in Cabassa Street, Dundalk. With us today we've got Conor Lynch from Michael Lynch's. Conor has proudly sponsored the show since the beginning. We got free stuff all Conor, which is bloody amazing. The boxers are fucking fantastic, by the way.
We got a picture of that, didn't we?
I
Conor?
seen the picture too, yeah.
We actually got a picture of that, so we did.
So we're going to introduce Conor. Conor, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much, lads. Yeah, it's an absolute honour to be in this Rise and Shine and big show of the season, as the fella says.
Fingers crossed. Well, I was shocked at this that Kev didn't actually say that this week we're getting to plug somebody in person. That would have been
They won't be fucking plugging
ideal.
me, lads, in person.
Yeah, so he is.
Plug the business, alright.
Well, here, listen, on last week's, when we recorded the one of the ones was for thingy, we were plugging 3 men, that same thing.
Yeah, we were.
Kev called it an orgy.
No, it wasn't
So
orgy.
we did, like, madness, like. But listen,
Move
obviously,
this chair a little bit more over, will
we brought you in to chat about, obviously, you're a local lad, we grew up with you, so
Yeah.
we did. You're
Yeah.
running now, obviously, the family business.
Well, yeah, but tell mother that alright, she kind of still keeps her claws in, so she does. But yeah, no, it's great. Like, yeah, it's great to be in the family business, and I thought maybe there'd be other siblings there with me, but I'm there on my own, so we'll keep her going and we'll keep Dad's name above the door.
Well, I suppose the thing is this, right? You have to ask this question because of the time that we're all in at the minute. COVID hit everybody. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, it's been very difficult for even just a local business. We're in the clothing end of things. If we were food, probably things could have went upwards and we could have had better business even. But for clothing, it hasn't been hectic. You know, we've been closed down since last Paddy's Day was the big day. So 17th of March almost last year we closed down. Did get open for a small spell for schoolwear, which is great. And then back closed again, another lockdown.
Well, it's
and then-
essentials, isn't it? Like school.
well, that's, yeah, well, doesn't actually classify as essentials. Essentials is more your your footwear kind of pass is essential, and your
boxers.
Boxers,
Boxers
obviously.
as
Yeah,
well,
we got in
if
there.
you
We were
were
doing
like
an
that.
online orders, and then we kind of grabbed them too on the side and got them out to you.
You know what you should have done? You should have started selling tins of beans.
I know. Yeah, I was thinking about the fridge in the bag and
yeah,
the bottles of milk.
somebody comes in for like socks and boxers and a suit,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, "You'll just walk out with tin of beans."
Get a bit of the Smith's milk, holy cow milk, just cover
Holy
that too.
cow.
She's still
That'd be classy, so it would,
Fridge
like
in the
that.
back.
But no, obviously we're on the right path now. We're back open. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Fully open now as well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So you can walk in. You know what I mean? Like and have a look
done a
around.
wicked
these.
click and collect. It's been brilliant, and then we're back open now, fully door open, people in the door, and people are in great form, and they've a few bob about them too. I'm not going to lie, so it's great, and the
Look,
business is booming again.
Yeah, I
so,
think everybody
yeah.
saved that little bit.
Yeah.
Over COVID, apart from online shopping.
Online, so
You know what I
we
mean?
all
Like
had to have our own, like we went online as well, so we all have online platforms there, which is one of the good things come out of COVID, I suppose, is that we all we got grants to help us out on it, and then we all kind of have an online platform,
brilliant.
which may not have happened before, so that
So like,
is a positive.
say for example, if somebody could go in online, right?
Yeah.
And order something now, even though the
Yeah,
shop's back
yeah,
open, they
yeah.
can order, just walk
Yeah.
in and pick it up.
And
Whatever.
the beauty
deal
about it is
or
we're
whatever.
open the shop 9 to 6, but you'll be online at 1 o'clock in the morning, you can buy a pair of jeans and I'll be in the next
He's
morning.
definitely on you're definitely online at 1 o'clock in the morning looking at his stuff. Not like
I
that.
would
That sounds
say
funny. I don't mean
I
looking at
done
his
deal
stuff.
every night, like.
I'm not saying your stuff's online. I mean like clothes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Online's always open. So I'm in the following morning, 3 or 4 online sales there. I wrap them all up into bags, get them sent out. If they're local, I can deliver them inside 5k. So yeah, all good.
I just said, Connor, you're the only sibling, okay,
Yeah.
in the shop. When did you first start in the shop?
I started actually I was about 16 when I was in there an odd day. We actually were called in for Christmas for security when we were 13, 14.
Yeah.
It was just a family business. It was mum and dad was there.
The whole lot of you are in now on Christmas.
Yeah, everyone, Ronan, and people may know my oldest brother, but he's agriculture on the brain, and even he was called in to do it, but I think he done 2 or 3 days, and
You
that's
definitely
not for me,
arrived in a
mum and
tractor.
dad, and that's it, yeah.
Definitely showed up in a
But he
tractor.
actually had the 30 jeans on, so we knew he was going after work anyway. So no, we done the fruit farm the same as you, and then I kind of pushed on in. Mum and dad kind of said, right, it's time for you to come into the shop and do a few days. So in the shop, you start with the door, opening the door for people as a family business and saying hello, how you doing? And then you get promoted on to maybe selling the thing, and it's a great day actually, the family business, when you sell your own thing. So it's like, Dad, I sold a shirt, I'm out selling this, I'm out to get that much money, but if you give too much discount, then you get a slap in the jaw.
Yeah, you
No,
don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, it was deadly though. Yeah, and then you move on to kind of, obviously I was the only one. Everyone else kind of got education and all that kind of stuff. I had done the leaving too, but they all went to college, and school teaching was a big thing in our house. So we all started doing that.
How many teachers is there?
3 of them, hey. Yeah, 3 of them. 3 out of 6, so 50% of them were school teachers.
Alan, Emer and Tracy.
Alan's a teacher.
Yeah, I was a secondary school teacher. Yeah.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
hardly out of school himself, and he's in there teaching them again. Yeah.
Jesus, hey,
Yeah.
wonderful left foot. No, all right. We're
Yeah, he's brilliant. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
very good
super
at that.
fucker,
foot.
so he is, like,
Yeah.
But no, the other thing is though, you mentioned Redmonds.
Yeah.
Right? We all went to Redmonds when we were young, picking fruit.
Yeah, I remember you as well. Not so much. I remember Marie Hannerty and people like that for going.
Yeah, he had stories. Remember, like
Yeah.
doing a little bit of shifting.
Heard them all. I think you done a bit of your damage in some of the more the vegetable places closer to your house.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
road home when I thought I died. I passed out.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember actually. I remember coming down the hill. We mentioned it before. Coming down the hill.
Yeah.
And that was the last bit I remember.
Yeah, the green hair would have been something I missed out on.
hair.
I don't remember that.
No, that's
I'm very
just-
good friends with your brother, as everyone knows, so that's where I would have heard all the
Yes,
stories
the
from,
brother
yeah.
of course who I to this day still call Didi.
Yeah, I can't have that. I talked to him many times. Every time I mention him on the show, I said on the phone to him and said he's at it
Yeah.
again. Like it's Boots.
Boots, right?
Yeah.
Boots.
He's
Gonna
been,
call him
he's been
Boots from now
upgraded.
on. So
and
yeah.
congratulations to him because it's a new job actually. So best luck to him.
Happy days.
Things,
He
yeah.
doesn't even tell me. You're his brother. He doesn't tell me.
Yeah.
Mess with man.
Oh, he's deadly.
But you were lucky with Redmonds. You weren't too bad. I went fucking miles.
You went probably one day to Redmond Pickle.
Yeah, one day a month maybe.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
We cycled now from my house to Redmond, which was probably half an hour cycle, maybe 20 minutes.
You're a
Yeah.
5 minute walk.
I was very lucky. I didn't have to turn the pedal in the morning because it was all downhill there.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
big hill at McCartney's.
Yeah.
There's freewheel down there. But a bad story was actually being emo very early one morning, and we were kind of flying down the hill and we were messing on the bikes, I suppose, and then but the nightclub her pedal.
Oh,
and next
shit.
thing, so she went boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
and cuts and bruises everywhere. And she still went and done the day's picking. The girls are brilliant at the strawberries. I couldn't.
The girls are
one
better.
day-
Yeah, the girls are better than the fellas. They're better with the
Yeah.
hands, you see.
Yeah, it's my sister, so it's in them all.
I was gonna say we kind of went there from one thing to like
I wasn't going there. You just assumed I was looking
Go
there.
on.
Everyone always needs to go down that road, doesn't
He
it?
does. Yeah. You are just.
I didn't. They just all assumed I was.
I hope you can see how red his face is right now. Like so, it is like. Hey, you are a mess of a man, Kevsey. I hate. But no.
But
look,
you mentioned one. You mentioned one of Connor's sisters in one of the episodes. But in the alphabet game, did you not?
No.
Did you not mention?
Miranda?
No,
Well, I said-
Tracy come up in the very early days because she
Yeah.
would have shared a classroom with us back in the day.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
and every time now, I'd be listening. I'm obsessed with Kevin Pickle, I have to be honest, and that's why I got involved in
Yeah.
sponsorship and little things like that. And I gave us very little, a few sweets for the kids, and I don't know how your wives are
Whoa,
putting up
time
with the radar.
out. Time out. They were for the kids.
This is the right about it.
But, yeah,
Sorry, right? That that didn't. I think I'm pretty sure the wife had one. And I know
I
Gavin had
kind
the
of
other
put the speaker on to my wife for about a half an hour or so one day, and probably that's now she might listen to it secretly, I don't know, but she was like, "How did them boys' wives do it?" Like it's
one. They don't. Is a very simple fact for me anyway. Like
Yeah.
my lovely wife has decided to stop listening to the show. But shut
there
up.
on a Sunday evening, I'm still getting the big question: is Kevin Pickle got the new show out? Because I see the alert every day, every Sunday now at 7 o'clock on Facebook, and she'd be about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock some days. Is that new show out yet? So I was
Well,
so.
didn't you have something in the Tesco? Somebody was asking about Michael Lynch's shop.
In Dunn Stores.
Right,
In Dunn
yeah, you
Stores,
tell this then.
There was in the I went to the delicatessen. Okay, the
What the hell is
delicatessen.
a delicatessen?
When you get the ham and the coleslaw and all that, the deli,
Pickle.
the deli in the shopping centre, then the back.
Right.
Then
Get
back.
the salad.
And she was
Yeah,
like,
I know, yeah.
You hear that Kevin Pickle show, that Michael Lynch are selling the uniforms and all that, the clothes are
So
all
where was this done?
in Dunn's in Ardesman.
Oh, I thought it was in a different country. We're going to that.
Dunn's in Ardesman. Did you hear the Kevin Pickle show? Michael Lynch is selling all the stuff. I heard it on the Kevin Pickle show last night. So we're getting it out there.
Which is great.
Well, he was getting out there because I have 3 or 4 customers in the shop talking about it too, actually. So there you
You'll
go.
have to
yeah.
give them a discount now. Maybe
well,
if somebody
yeah.
comes
Kevin
in.
Pickle discount. Yeah,
The
We're
Kevin
doing-
Pickle discount.
We're doing
yeah.
an online discount. The Kevin Pickle show 10% off.
Here's a live one for you. Anyone comes in and mentions the Kevin Pickle show in the next 2 weeks gets 20% off whatever to buy.
There you go.
There you go, hey.
Happy days.
There you go.
Connor, you've got two kids now.
Yeah.
Are they going to go into the family business?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't know. A lot of people come out to me have been pessimistic about things. I don't know what way high street shopping's going to go in the next 20, 30 years. I'd like to get a living out of it, but do you push the boys down that road? I don't know. Do you know the stuff online there and different things? You actually spoke about in one of your programs, isn't it? About gaming and stuff like that, about being on PlayStation and all that. Is it a good thing now nearly that they're on PlayStation and that? Because I don't know, going forward and in retail, I just think there's a lot of online happening. So unless they get big into the online end of things, it's already starting to turn 90-10 online, and online's only going to get stronger, and retail through the door.
COVID kind of gave it a kick in the arse, like so it did. Like
Yeah,
the online.
I know it did, and that's
there
it.
was
Probably
no
gave
choice,
it a
like,
kickstart.
Yeah, because there was no kind of option for it. Like, so
I think
it
people want to get back talking to people.
They
I think
do.
people want to be out talking to people. It seems, I know the kind of that we mentioned in Anto one of the interviews that people are the fear factor, first of all, talking to people and meeting people again. But I think when people get past that, it's actually, people just go, I actually need to talk to people. Like, as in people being nice again, talk to people on the street just for the sake of talking to people.
He
on
was
the street.
brilliant. He was the boxing trainer, wasn't
Yeah,
he? He was
savage,
excellent.
yeah. Anybody that's into that, get up. It's up in beside the pitch.
7th of
boxes.
June. 7th of June, he's back open for the box size.
Yeah, the box was class. An hour, you bring a towel, you bring a bottle of water, and fuck, do you need both of them things, boy? I am not as
I was at
fit
that fight too. Yeah,
as these
excellent,
lads,
yeah.
right?
Oh, he
What?
was at the fight. He was at the fight, Pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who won?
Oh, there's a big question.
Draw,
It was a
wasn't it?
draw.
Yeah, it was a
It
draw.
was a draw.
All
Yeah.
day long. See,
Kev moved around well, but sometimes you need the anchor.
Oh, but look, when you have the extra bit of weight, you can't move around as well as skinny fucks. Like, you know what I mean? So you can't.
No, I'm not going to call that one sitting beside us in a chair now.
Yeah, no, we'll call it.
It seems he's closer to you.
Yeah, we'll call it a draw, so we will, like, hey. But no, like, look, I suppose this is why we wanted you to come on. Like, we grew up together, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I know, obviously, as you said, Tracy would have been in our class. Then it
Yeah.
was you, Emer, Alan.
No, Emo came in between me and Tracy, so she
Right.
did, yeah.
So it was like, and then obviously your best mates with this fella's brother.
Well, we were steps and
Boots.
stairs, you know. I loved the youth clubs and things. I loved all. That's why I love your show, because I can resonate with all them things. You know,
Yeah.
it was excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing. Like, you know what I mean? We want to bring back not just local. We want people to be involved. Like here, we said it on the recorded show the other week. Venezuela, that's pronounced right.
Venezuela.
Venezuela,
Yes, lovely
and
pronunciation.
also the Ladyboys, Thailand,
But not only Thailand isn't just known for lady boys.
and paedophiles. Isn't it? Might write all the wrong stuff.
Gary Glitter.
That's my point.
Yeah. My uncle was named after Gary Glitter.
I thought you were going to say he lived over there.
Yeah. My uncle was named after Gary Glitter. Yeah.
I think that's probably enough of that topic.
Yeah. Just you know.
Was he called Glitter or Gary?
No, just Gary.
Oh, that's alright.
What was? Do you remember his song?
No.
What a song though. But like, when you think about his song, the Gary Glitter song, it was horrendous. Like, wanna be in my game, my
That was
game,
his song.
my game. Wanna be in my game, my game.
Yeah, I know.
That was his song. So yeah.
I knew the next two words, Kev. You didn't have to actually. Like, say it.
You weren't saying them.
I didn't want to say it because he's a paedophile.
But he got off, did he not?
Yeah, lots. That's why he's a paedophile. Listen, Conor.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on, man.
No worries.
I mean, it has been an absolute fucking joy chatting to somebody local. We grew up with
And
you.
our sponsor, our only sponsor at the moment.
We are your brand ambassadors.
Yeah, he thought Manscaped was going to get in there, but it Glanby got in there instead.
Fuck
yeah.
Manscaped.
Yeah.
Right? And smooth my balls.
This aren't confident with us
Smooth
again.
my balls. If you're happening to be watching this, stop sending us messages. Okay?
Unless you want to give us it for free.
Yeah. Oh, we saw your profile and we thought you'd be a nice fit. Yeah, you've said that now 10 times.
Yeah.
Stop. Fucking.
Or just give it to us.
Or just
Yeah,
give it
send
to
them in
us.
something free. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin has balls that probably need to be smoothed.
No, they're okay to us.
They're okay at the minute. That's why he's scratching, right? Are we happy enough then?
Yeah.
Conor, mate. I'd hug you if I could, but I can't.
No, it's
So,
really cool.
but like that.
Thanks, well, lads. I really appreciate the opportunity, and it's been brilliant. And long may this last. Start of big things to come, I think.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks,
Appreciate it,
Conor.
mate.
No
Thanks,
worries.
bud.
Cheers, lads.
Oh,
Is that table alright? Is that? Yeah.
until he says go, we don't go.
He said good.
He didn't. He said, are you ready to go? He said, are you ready to go? You're like, you're right to the bed and back of the show.
Okay, folks, we are going to talk a little bit about air stags. Okay?
Before we get into air stags,
Okay.
we have some women listen to the show. Right? Women, I want us to listen to this part. Right? Lads don't go on stags to get the hole. Right?
No.
They don't.
No,
They don't.
no, yeah.
Lads go on stags.
I mean, yes, he's right, they don't. Like, yes.
Lads go on stags to be fucked up. Right? To get peace and quiet away from women. Okay? We don't want to be dealing with them. Okay? All we want is drink,
Yes.
drink,
Yeah.
and a little bit more drink.
And also what we want is that first drink on the second day without a nag.
Then
Without a nag.
a Jack Daniels and Coke.
No. Pint bottle of Bulmers.
No, Jack Daniels.
No,
and
it's the
Coke.
first drink. Pint bottle of Bulmers. Big fuck off glass of ice. You drink it like a
See, I can't drink
at all.
at all.
Yeah.
But on the second night, I have to drink shorts. Because I finish in shorts, so I start in shorts. And then I carry on in the shorts. So I'll stay on Jack Daniels and Coke the second day.
Yeah.
And then I don't get as mangled as I was the first day. Like my stag, before we get into the bus and all that.
The journey.
Like the journey. But I remember the first part of my stag, the first night of my stag, I was mangled, right? And you were mangled. And I turned to you at one stage and I said, Pickle, I think I might go to bed. And he's like, yes, Kevin, I think you're right. I'll go to bed with you.
Not
in the same bed.
I know we've had this conversation before.
Not in the same. But
We had separate beds.
we asked the barman in the hotel that we were staying in.
The Kilford Arms.
Yeah. What time was it? And his response is, do you remember?
5:30.
9:30. Okay.
Wow.
And we were like, we can't go to bed at 9:30. So we stayed up, we had the crack, and we kept going. And I don't remember more or less after that.
No, neither do I,
But
Kev.
the bus.
The bus.
The bus, we talk about, do you want to talk about your bus journey or my bus journey?
Yeah, we're still doing my bus journey, right?
You do your bus journey.
So we had 12 to 13 lads on mine.
But
Right.
you actually sit in you actually had a seat.
Almost. Because one of the lads organised the bus.
That's right.
And it was not a proper minibus.
It was a 12-seater bus.
It was like a
An
12-seater,
11-seater
and
bus.
it was like, so there was one extra person. But the problem is, I was taking up a bit of room. Kev, why was I taking up a bit of room on my stag?
Because you were dressed as Orville the Duck.
Yes, I was. That big green fucking outfit. No idea why Orville. You obviously had a part to play in
I
that.
was the only one we could get you that fit.
See? Now you call me fat in the middle of a TV programme.
No, I don't honestly. I had no part of it. One of the lads said, "I'm buying him an outfit." I was like, "Okay, go for it," and I gave him a few pound, and we got Orville the Duck
I still have it. It's still at home. Somebody borrowed it
for a different stag.
for it. I thought it was for
Or fancy
stag.
dress.
They borrowed it for something today. But anyway, so I had my bus ride was slightly different because there was definitely one person sitting on something that they shouldn't have. But the rule was I wasn't allowed to take anything off. It was a warm day.
It was.
I wasn't able to take anything off, so I was drinking like bottles of Miller through the beak of a duck, which obviously looks funny in the photographs. But going for a piss in apple green, not fun. Because I wasn't allowed to take anything off. Wankers. But then we got to the hotel because of the Oval thing, and I was told that basically it had changed from 2 years previously. You wouldn't be allowed into any pubs, clubs, dressed up in any fucking outfits. So, but my bus ride was very simple, Kev. We filled it with booze. We filled it and filled it and filled it with booze.
Well, my bus journey, I think the idea was that to get me fucked up because I can't handle my drink before I got to Kilkenny.
Yeah.
And mission accomplished.
Oh, absolutely.
Mission
Oh, yeah.
accomplished. Like we got there, and on the bus journey, I think as we left Johnny Mason's after having breakfast,
Yeah.
we did Jaeger bombers.
We did.
That's
I got-
how
yeah.
we set on our journey.
Oh, hell yeah.
To Kilkenny.
No better way to start a journey
That's how
than
we
Jaeger
set on our
bombs.
journey to
Yeah.
Kilkenny, and we took the bus, and we had multiple
Pit stops. Yeah.
and we had a trail off of mine, didn't we?
We did.
Because the bags.
We did. They had the bags, and everybody had the bag full of booze and shit in it that they were going to burst or something.
But loads of drink was on the bus, so we
Yeah.
drank. We were drinking bottles of apple sours on the bus.
Everything, yeah.
So
yeah.
we got to Kilkenny, and they weren't going to let us check in because we were all
Yeah.
ossified.
Yeah.
We were ossified, and then somehow they said money went missing. The money went missing for one of the rooms,
Yeah.
and also they've torn the page, and it was underneath the page.
Yeah.
So
And I was sorting out the money for Kev's
you
tax.
know, so it was his fault that the money was going
Not a
missing.
good thing to do. Not a
It was
good
the
thing.
money was going missing, but everybody was us. No, I think nobody was left sober.
Yeah, probably not.
And what made it better was the ash cloud. I know we talked about it before. Was the ash cloud had hit?
But we didn't talk about it properly, right?
The-
Ash Cloud, right? We got past the fucking mace at the door, right? We got into the hotel,
hotel.
right? Okay. We presumably went straight to the rooms, threw your bags in.
But nobody was in the hotel.
Nobody was in the hotel.
hotel.
No, this was 2012.
10.
10, I was 2012. 2010, right? Unbelievable. It was my birthday weekend in
It was,
April,
yeah.
okay? Because it was the same for my stag 2 years
Yeah.
later, right? It was like the hottest weekend
beautiful.
in the history of the world, right?
For
And-
April, it was roasting.
and the ash cloud came. So as we said, the ash cloud happened, which means people couldn't fly out. We went up to the rooms, we came down to the bar, and we walked into the bar, and all we saw was girls in like
No, you're wrong.
swimwear.
Nobody was there. Nobody
No,
was
no,
in the bar.
upstairs, sorry.
We were told that. We were like, who? Nobody's here. And like,
Yeah.
go up to the sun terrace.
Yeah, the Sun Terrace. So this the Kilford Arms, right? If you've never been in it, you walk into it, and it looks like this country pub, right? Wee
Country-
bar, right,
yeah.
with a seating area and that. There's a restaurant out the back,
Yeah.
and you go kind of past that, and then you see this really big
Church.
like a church style nightclub that's about 17 stories high. But when you get up really high, they then have an outside beer garden.
Yeah.
That's where everybody.
There was underwear.
It was underwear on site.
There was one girl literally wearing white underwear.
Yeah, yeah. Because
underwear.
they were going to
Marbella.
Marbella.
That group was going to Marbella. But there was literally underwear on show, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
lads, let's start drinking, because we were more drinking. There wasn't, we could look.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
could,
yeah,
there was no touching. I think at one stage, one of the girls straddled my brother-in-law.
Yes, and he
He
did.
straddled, my brother-in-law would be a bit,
Country.
yeah,
Country. That's probably the nice way of putting it.
He would
He'd
be
be a bit
country.
country.
And she straddled him, and he was like, oh, you buy it, oh, you buy it, oh, you buy it. And I think that was the only female attention that we seen all
So,
week.
wives, listen. We went to Kilkenny on a stag. Forget your strippers. These were chicks with barely any clothes on because they wanted to go to Spain or something, right? We didn't give a fuck. We just wanted to drink.
Drink.
So just trust the lads when they go on the stag. Some bridesmaids, some brides, maybe they're up to something at their hand. Don't know.
But like,
Remember that, Kev?
you have to think about on our side, like, even if we wanted to, right? There's that much drink being taken. It'd be like pushing a rope into a bottle. Like, there'd be no chance. It'd be like fucking this thing flopping in the wind, like
Pushing a rope
gone,
into
was
a
it gone in the wind?
When have you ever heard pushing a rope into a bottle?
What was it?
before?
Gone to the window. What was that?
Gone,
movie?
no, that was a
Gone,
kids' program.
gone with the wind. It'd just be flopping there. There'd be nothing moving. No matter how much you tugged it or pulled it, nothing. Right? Nothing.
But we never had to worry about that.
No, we didn't. But
Sorry. Oh,
first one of the day. Do you remember that game I used to do? I used to punch you in the nose.
Yeah,
and
I
you'd
used to
sneeze
sneeze
for
for
days.
an hour and a
But
half.
it was mayhem.
It
But-
was.
But there was plenty of pubs down in Letterkenny, in Kilkenny, that we
Yeah.
visited on our shenanigans. But there was one pub that I want to mention that were literally a pack of fucking pricks.
And this would be a place that if you said you were going to Kilkenny, people would say, you got to go to...
The left bank.
That wasn't what I was going to say. Hey. No, Matthew Miller's unbelievable.
But
Langton's.
No, the other one, the true outside pickle.
That was Langton's.
It wasn't. It was the left bank.
All right.
We were in the left bank and we were told, lads, you have to be quiet. right? And then they came back to us after 15 minutes. Then we weren't loud at all, and they came up to your brother.
That was, yeah, they came to my brothers. That was my stag.
Yeah, it was your stag. This is
All
your
right,
stag.
so all right. See, that's where we're getting mixed up
Okay.
here, right?
This
Because
is
we
your
got
stag.
thrown out of a place in your stag as
We
well.
did, yeah.
But yeah, on my stag,
The left bank.
the left bank,
True, I said, because we were...
and we'd only walked in. We
Because
literally
we were
only
loud.
walked into the
We
place.
had
right?
one drink, and that was it.
Yeah. And at that stage, we didn't really know what the crack was. It was the first pub we kind of went into.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how noisy to be, so we really weren't loud. But then I walked out, and you said, go find a pub.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And you did.
I'll find a pub. And I found a pub called
The field.
The Field.
And no, let's be honest, right? Pickle didn't go too far.
Oh, no, of course not.
Pickle went across the road to find this other field.
It could have been any.
And it was a field. And literally, the movie, The Field, and there was a movie called The
There
Field.
certainly was, man.
And it was literally that, okay? It was like walking into a tiny
They had a huge screen on the back because we ended up watching Southampton against somebody that night on the telly, right?
We lost money that night.
We lost money that night. But I walked in with a very simple plan. I was like, lads, I'm a groom. Said there's best man, there's low lads in a stag. What? It was as if I was away in fucking one of them, you know, chicks stand outside trying to get people in, right in between us. It's like, hey, get a cocktail jug. Yeah. I walked in going, right, what will you give us if we come in here and drink for the next few hours? Knowing that we were going to spend a lot of fucking money. He was like, I'll give, like, I think it was 3 shots to everybody and 4 to the groom, and I'll throw a pint or something in as well. And I literally was like, you had me a shot. And I went straight over and was like, right, out.
We're going to wrap this up soon about the stags, okay? But
Why?
we're going to get into it in a different episode. But
okay.
there was 2 parts of most stags that don't usually happen, but it happened in ours, was the meal. Okay, we had meals on our stags. We talk about your meal first. We were meant to have a meal.
remember.
We were meant to have a meal in a restaurant. We didn't show up to the restaurant.
That was
because-
yours.
No, this was yours.
All right.
Because we were meant to show up to the restaurant, and we didn't. We went into Mazzoni's.
We did.
We went into Mazzoni's
Yeah.
instead. Now, we were literally in the North Estate when we got into Mazzoni's, and there was 13 of us.
Oh, you're going to tell the Tic Tac story?
No, I wasn't going to tell the Tic Tac story.
I'll tell the Tic Tac story.
I was just going to tell you about how much, like, we ordered pizzas.
Yeah, we had a lot.
A lot of pizzas. I think it was 4 pizzas, and
Yeah.
there was chicken wings. But the amount of food that when we got up, that was actually on the floor,
Yeah.
was...
Yeah.
It was actually... Oh, it was another pizza on the floor.
Well, this is the Tic Tac story. Oh, maybe it's a drug story. I don't know.
You took it, didn't you?
I took it.
You took a Tic
So
Tac.
I was in the bar across the road from the
Because you didn't
Mazzoni's.
want to eat pizza.
So I didn't want to eat. I was on a stag, I wanted to fucking drink, right? So I was in and I was ordering something. This fella came up to me and he was like, "Yo, take one of these." I was looking, I go, "What the fuck is this?" Like, you know what I mean? Okay. So I took it.
As you do.
As you do.
As you do. Oh, yeah.
And then I went and had some pizza.
There you go. Take Rohypnol. There you go. Just take it. Not even spiking his drink. Just actually, you take that. Okay.
I was. He was grand. He hugged me afterwards. It was fine. Yeah, I took. I took it.
Did he cuddle you as well?
He couldn't me. Yeah. I took it anyway, and look. I'm sure the rest of the night was fun. That was good. But the thing is that yours as well. I had booked it that we were going to go somewhere. I don't know what the fuck the
Langton's?
name was. No. There was another place, right, for a meal. It was like
Second night. It was the
yeah,
second
or what
night.
it was. But we didn't bother obviously going. Like,
Because that's what happened on the first
yeah.
night.
But why did we get kicked out of Langton's?
Well, we talked about the meal first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
The first, so the reason we cancelled the second night was we couldn't do it after the first night.
Yeah.
Because after what happened the first night was absolutely horrendous.
Yes.
We all were drinking, as we said,
Yeah.
and we came down to have the meal. We all got showered and we got changed. And we all saw,
And this person has been in contact with the show.
and we were all lined up in our seats. And it just looked like a church because they were like big,
Yeah.
like pews. Okay, like the seats were high pews. Okay,
Pews.
no, they're high pews. That's why I went high pews. But like they were that shape, like a
Fucking
church.
triangle.
Like, no, it wasn't a triangle. It was kind of a penis shape nearly. Only they had it in the top. The top wasn't as smooth. It was kind of pointy.
He knows a lot of penises, doesn't he? A lot of
So
penises.
we were in, and there was 16 of it in my stag. I think it was 16.
Yeah, 60.
So we're all lined up, right? And the starter came, and the starter
more cocktail.
went. The main course came.
Steak, probably was it?
Yeah, I think most of the main course came, and most of us had at the steak, and all he heard was from my brother-in-law was, "You dirty fucking bastard," and we're like, "What the fuck?"
This is the country brother-in-law, right?
What
This
has
is
happened here? And we turned round, and there is one of the lads literally vomiting his dinner back onto his plate.
slowly, very slowly, very slowly.
Onto his plate, and then I was kind of like, okay, we can't do this the second night. So, but he picked it up,
Yeah.
and he walked into the bathroom with it and put it in, flushed it in the toilet. Not the plate.
Not the plate, no,
But
because that'd be stupid.
the
like, you know what I
contents
mean?
of the
Like,
plate. Yeah, but that's how the second night didn't actually happen because it was just too dangerous for us to
But
happen.
my favourite bar in Kilkenny, because the same thing happened to me twice, was Matt Miller's. Because I'm still adamant that we went down a flight of stairs and ended up in the highest place. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you.
Yes.
That happened twice.
You go
So,
down, you go down to go up again.
It makes, yeah. And there's your sex tip for today. I love that pub.
Yes.
I remember on my stag as well, like I was up on, like, there was a smoking area with a couple of steps, and I remember being on it, and Beyonce's If You Like to Put a Finger Ring on it. Right? Okay. And I remember like doing the fucking moves and had the whole. This was,
No, hold on a second.
This was on
no,
the-
no, stop.
yeah.
Just doing what moves, Pickle?
I don't know what I can't remember what the moves
I'm a little teapot short and stout.
Maybe it was like, yeah. But that was on the first night, okay? Because I remember then when we went back on the second night to bouncers, nobody really knew what the fuck had happened the night before. Up to the bouncers kind of going, are we all right going in? And they were like, yous boys, get in there. Yous had the place fucking hopping last night. You doing fucking Beyonce. I was like,
Well, we had you on the dance floor in the dance floor in Matt Miller's is very small.
yeah.
It's very small. So we literally put a circle
I
around
call it a
it.
ring of terror.
The ring of fear. Well, the ring of
was a
the
ring of
the ring
fear,
of
yeah.
terror is a different thing.
That was the guy with the hypno.
That was it. That was it.
No,
Yeah.
I was like,
But we did a circle and we made you take a drink of everybody's drink.
but he's all in the same drink.
And we didn't have that same.
He's did. Most of yous did. It was them fucking that green thing with the leaves.
Mojitos.
That was it.
Things with leaves.
There's leaves and mojitos in there.
I didn't have a mojito.
Well, I don't know. My shot was ruined anyway. So I was like,
Why? Because mojitos is clear.
because I was walking around like this, drinking the fucking thing. Obviously, it wasn't
you,
going
were
into
ma-
my mouth.
you weren't very well that day.
No. And then the next day, I come back in the minibus. I did not come back in the minibus.
No, you went home in the car.
I went home with Bud,
Yeah.
and we stopped a lot.
Because you kept getting, well, you not know, because I think at one stage he stopped stopping. He just
Yeah, yeah.
put your head at the window and get sick.
Yeah, he kind of was like a, but no, like I know we can go into fucking graver detail about stags,
Definitely.
but your wife had a hen
She had a hen in that at Kenny.
when you were in Kilkenny.
We had to sit, we went to plan that we go. Why am I spitting everywhere?
I don't know, 'cause
We
the
had
hat's
a-
ruined.
fucking everywhere. And we went at the same time, so we wouldn't be apart.
And then there was the dog footballers in Letterkenny.
No, there was no dog footballers in Letterkenny. There was a dog footballer's brother. A rumour broke out that.
It did.
Yeah, rumour.
You may as well tell everyone what
A
it
rumour
was.
broke out that she was with this fella, and I was then, but she wasn't with this fella, and but there was because my groomsmen just started room for the crack.
Yeah, we woke up in the hour in the morning. I have a horn on me for pints, obviously, like you do when you're on a stag, right? Kay's running around the room going, she was with the dog player, her brother.
I know.
She was with.
He just literally told us about 10 minutes later. Then no, I'm only messing with you.
Yeah, and I was like, just so well she did, Kev.
But who was it? Oh, Connor, who was one of our guests.
Yes.
He got a reputation because
Why am I pointing? He's not there
he's
anymore.
not there anymore. But he used to make his bed, like literally.
He did.
Make his bed, tuck it in, so the cleaners
Yeah.
didn't have to do it for him.
I don't know.
It was just lovely. That was a nice thing. It was a nice gesture. It's a nice gesture. Like,
Here's a question for you then. What was the worst stag you were ever on?
worst thing.
Or the worst place you ever went on a stag?
Dundalk.
Yeah, agree with you. We'll leave it at that.
I can't go into too much more detail.
I'm going too much more detail than that. We went to a stag and
We went into this, like you can't really go. I don't think you can go in the stag, a real stag in your own town.
no. Not if you want to do that.
Maybe the second night, maybe like your home stag. People have home stags.
Yeah, that's true.
You can have a home stag. That's okay, but there's not
Not
much.
your main stag.
No, not your main stag.
Look, to me, right, now that COVID's fucking off, right? Kilkenny, very low on COVID, which is weird.
Very low.
Right? Maybe it's all the bars closed. Okay? Go to Kilkenny. And if you're going, I'd invite me. I'd fucking love to go.
Like my Connor came to my stag just because people wanted to go on stag. Like a lot of people just rang me up and said, "Kevin, can I come in your stag?" And we're like, just come on ahead." I don't know who he is, but come on ahead in the stag.
Yeah, no, it's quite fun. Stags. I'd love a stag. I'd love to go on a stag. Right?
Yeah, it'd be great.
Imagine not having a wife for a weekend.
Just peace and
Not, I mean, like in a riding sense.
just what I'm talking
I
about.
mean, like,
just what not talking about the wife. See blowjobs, folks. Right. This the end of the show.
this time you're talking about your wife, not my
No,
wife.
all women.
Right,
right?
okay.
Blowjobs. Right.
Right.
Let's end it with a fucking bullet. Right.
So it's not a blowjob then.
Blowjobs. See when when men are receiving a blowjob and you hear the
Okay.
right, and you think, aren't I doing a great job here? That is not why you're him and him. It's the silence. Just the silence of you fucking not talking and not nagging. Okay, just the peace and quiet.
Not asking me to take the dishes out of the
The
dishwasher.
peace and quiet of a few minutes is just tremendous. And that's why we're hemming and hawing and going, oh, this is fucking fantastic. Thank God you're doing this. Because we 10 minutes.
There's no pleasure out of it from a sexual point of view. It's more a, not fucking
Isn't this
talking,
great?
like.
Isn't this great? Nobody's talking about bins, bills, fucking shite.
dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
You have a gripe with the dishwasher. You seem to always be told, put shit in the dishwasher. Take shit out of the
My
dishwasher.
daughters are doing the dishwasher on their own.
There you go, sorted.
Great. I got a new dishwasher. Because the other one broke.
What's she called?
I don't have a name for dishwasher.
Oh,
Just a dishwasher.
you didn't get the, you didn't
No,
get the
I'm not.
reference. You
I'm
didn't
not
get
going
the
to
reference.
get. I'm not going to call my wife a dishwasher.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not.
Well, look it.
I am not.
Yeah.
What's the word? What is the word I'm looking for?
Prick.
Well,
Sexist.
sexist. Yes,
Yeah, there
I'm
we
not
go, mate.
Sexist. I am. Thanks, Dan.
Well, listen. I promised everybody. We are ending the show.
Oh
mate.
shit! Yeah.
We are
I thought
ending.
we were going to get away with it.
No, we are not. I promised everybody that today on the video show, and this is part 2, so this is when it's going to be done. The biggest reveal of 2021. Fuck your soaps. Who murdered who shot JR or whatever that thing was, right? Doesn't matter.
Sally.
Sally. Everybody's probably wondering where she is because I promised that
She's
Sally
here.
would be here. Well, it turns out, guys,
I'm going to shift her.
she has been here the whole fucking time, right? You were looking at her the whole time. It wasn't me.
She's right here.
She's right there on Kevin's knee because this is who Sally Morgan is. That's her full
Sally
name.
Morgan, that's right.
Sally Morgan, right? When Kevin was 12
I was
years
primary
old.
school.
Yeah, 12 years old. Kev told us that he had a girlfriend
Yeah.
called Sally Morgan. She was 13, lived in the town.
Yeah.
He lived in the country. Enough distance then that you couldn't really fucking go.
Yeah.
You couldn't question it, see, you couldn't. Because we were in primary school. Dundalk, what the
no
fuck is that?
no
You know what I mean?
phones, no
Yeah,
nothing.
no phones, no nothing. Like, how do you meet her?
you
Oh,
couldn't-
I went in at the weekend
You
to see her.
couldn't Snapchat that
Exactly, right? That was Kev's first ever girlfriend, so it was. And it went on for
shit. Couple of weeks.
a couple of weeks, like, wasn't it?
If I had known, I would have extended it longer because literally to our friend Emily,
Yes.
she knew a girl in town called Sally Morgan, and I could have got away with it if I had to just keep it going that little bit longer.
So look it, that is it, right? Sally Morgan is a fictitious character of Kevin's imagination. She has been here the whole time. She could be wherever you want her to be. She calls at the drop of a hat, doesn't she? You know, she's not down there. Sally has been revealed, Kev.
There you go.
Now everybody knows that your first girlfriend
It was imaginary.
was imaginary.
But I don't think, like, a lot of people had imaginary friends when they were young. Like,
Yeah, but you don't fuck them.
I was 12. I
You
wouldn't
don't
fuck-
try and fuck them.
I wouldn't fuck someone at 12. I didn't know what it was for. I'd already pulled it myself at 12. Like. You know what I mean?
Brilliant. Are we wrapping it up with that?
I'll do it.
That's part 2. Done and dusted.
Done and dusted.
Thank
Guys,
you
thanks.
so much. Go on,
Uh,
you finish this one.
Guys, we always say share the show, so I'm going to say share the show. We would like to thank our producer, our cameraman,
Absolutely.
our sound technician, all the same person, Dan McKeown.
From Light Storm Media.
Thanks very much for all your help throughout the whole build-up and for the day.
This has been amazing. Again, thanks to Mark for letting us use Oscars. I know we mentioned it in part 1. I think it was. Can't even remember now. I think we mentioned that in part 1, so we did. Huge thanks to
Part
Dan.
2, actually, when we think of it.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Like I said, Sarah Winky.
Sarah Winky. We just obviously had Connor on as well. Local lad. Michael Lynch's. We're brand ambassadors. He's sponsoring,
I'm
supporting
wearing
the
the
show.
boxers.
Kev's not getting them out. That's the one he said he's not getting his dick out.
I was going to.
No, you're not. Sit down, you. Hey. But listen, guys, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed this. We absolutely enjoyed filming this.
It's great crack.
And you never know.
We
Fingers-
haven't actually, as we said before, we haven't actually seen each other to do a podcast.
No.
In the whole of our 18 episodes, so this is quite cool to actually see a facial reaction.
Hopefully you guys like it. It's handy listening to people. Hopefully you like the way we bullshit to each other when we see each other. But yeah, please God, this is the start of something. Who knows? We're on a train, Kev. Isn't that what I say? We don't know where the fuck it's going. Hop on. Enjoy the ride. We're gonna. Thank you guys so much.
All the best. Thanks very much.